Hello, hello. Let me tell everybody that I'm live very quickly. We've got a short stream today. Um, I'm also a little bit later than how I usually like to be. Where's my chat? There we go. Let's see if I have enough bandwidth to stream on Twitch today. And there we go. Hi everybody, what's up? Let's get down. I'm just gonna try to cook some stuff up and see what we can do in a couple of hours because I gotta go at like 6-ish. Originally, I was gonna do Copycat's Beat Challenge, and I got like 5 minutes into an idea and was like, nah, I'm not really feeling that. Um, so we're gonna try to maybe do some whole other shit. Hopefully, you all are doing well. Alchemy's Echoes of Alchemy is still gonna be a regular thing, but I think that I'm not gonna have the PlayStation looking logo on it just because I think people don't know what it is. And we're not going to be doing that today particularly, but we're just going to kind of have a disorganized, run-of-the-mill, Alchemy just woke up kind of stream. Hopefully you all are doing well, and it's nice that I've got some people in, and I appreciate you all coming in, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. Let's get some drums going or something and see if that can take us somewhere. So let's start off with making a kick. Kind of want to do something today that's along the lines of, I don't know, something that's like just cool textured drums. Kind of been on that kick lately, no pun intended. Yeah, that's what I like right there. Give this some texture. Maybe we can see if, where'd everybody go? There we go. All right. Something else that I've been thinking about as of late is maybe even doing some kind of EQ work on this. Also helps when I can actually hear what the fuck I'm doing just because my air conditioner is so loud. It's a nice little bump. No, that's not what I meant to do. Oops. I meant to do a fuse compressor. Sounds pretty good. Why is it so sharp on the top end though? Is that because of the disc tube? It is. Nice. Interesting. Yo, Alex, what's up, man? How are you? Just just trying to keep my channel alive. Yeah. How's your channel been? It looks like you've been growing a lot. Come in. Hmm. A lot of stuff to cover. So little time. Want to go back to more sound design after than just reviews. I mean, have the reviews been doing well though? That's great, man. I'm glad. I'm glad somebody is growing. You know, I'm not too mad about this, to be honest. Although, yeah, that sounds really nice. We just need to figure out how to make this louder now, so I might do another convolution layer over this. It's not what I meant to do. That's also not what I meant to do. Maybe it is what I meant to do, to be honest with you. All right. Now, how do we make this louder? Okay. So what if we took the low end? No. Is it really capped out? Is that... I know what we can do. But this changes the timbre of it as well, which is really interesting. Whatever I did, I fucked it up. All pass filters will change how it sounds, right? Yeah, usually on the low end. No, because I'm still trying to take that tail out. I mean, even removing anti-aliasing sometimes can make that. Like, even just doing this changes the timbre of that dramatically, right? Although it does certainly make it louder. Isn't that interesting? Mm. No, because it's like it's a certain character that I'm looking for. I want it to be like boom. Yo, what's up, Aaron? How are you? I usually don't do this anymore, but shit makes that hit though, for sure. Huh. That's funny. Maybe I'll try a different hat. Have I tried the Kayla Hearts transient shaper thing? Yeah, but I don't need it. Not for kicks. You don't want to. This is fine. You don't want a super hard transient on kicks. Because what it does is it just reinforces the click of it. Put the speed all the way and turn the pump up. No, I've used it before, bro, but thank you. Um, that's kind of what I'm looking for. All right, let's go for polymer. It's I really try not to use transient shapers anymore, except for in very, very specific use cases. Oh, thousands of dollars. No questions. Um, shit, probably 6 to 10 grand. Why do you say yikes? This is what I do for a living. I'll tell you this much, I've made my money back. I make kicks in the grid and just do with the segments modulating the volume. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar with what it is that I do, but I tend to enjoy envelope followers and feeding distortions into stuff. The transient, and I also think that the transient shaper in Bitwig is actually I yeah, I don't mind saying this, but I think the transient shaper in Bitwig is a lot better than the kilohertz one. But cutting that bit will reduce the mids and the speakers the second for the low end and get that thwop sound. Well, it's also that's part of it, but I mean, also, if I want the both, then I should be using a different sound source as opposed to just a pure sine wave. Because, like, when I used to just make kicks from anything, I would just actually, what I would do instead was I would automate distorting the low end with an envelope follower or with just a straight up envelope, and that would push it up and then push it back down because I don't want the sub. I just want the bump. Wait, what do I want to design here? Do I want like a traditional snare or do I want a clap or do I want I don't even know what I want. I'm just doing shit. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. It's like nice and clicky. Has that nice smooth move. There we go. Just a little bit of high end bump. Now for this, I'm going to make this just a little bit longer as well. I think this is actually already like, I don't know. Why does it sound so loud? It sounds loud on paper, but it's actually pretty quiet. It just gives it some more smack. I think I usually just add, this is where I'll add just a touch of transient control. Literally like 14% and then pull off the tail. And see how that just makes that way more tight. You just crush it. And now, in order to get it to like shimmer and stuff, we need to add in all of the other details to this. So we can do that. Why is that doing that? row. You gotta roll the R. Sounded 3D. I thought something fell in my kitchen. If you layer a convolution on top of your fundamental, then a lot of times it'll do that. I feel like this is something you already know, but it just gives it a nice little top in. Then let's go for a little bit of this. I usually do this later, but I'm gonna do it now. A little bit of shimmer. It's almost like undetectable, but without it, it gives it that really nice character over the top end. That was nice. Oh my gosh, dude. Bitwig is still on its fuck shit with this stupid movement bug. Whenever I try to drag stuff out, every once in a while it'll just stop. It'll just disappear. Yeah, we lost the bump of that. That's annoying. I'm just gonna make another one. do it faster. How was your weekend, guys? It's kind of interesting that we got to the same thing without having to do any of all of that other shit. Well, it was like that at first. What happened? The first one that we did. What? Did I just not hear it? Guess not. But my fucking air conditioner is so loud. I mean, thank God I have one because it's 88 today, but shit, man. I can't hear anything whenever this is going off. That sounds pretty cool, actually. I'm gonna be lazy. Hello? You see how it does this? What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. Oh. Yo, what's up, Nate? How are you? There's this weird sound in here that I'm not enjoying. Maybe it's this. probably. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Whatever was layered under that sound was just.
Weapon or use against someone.
It was way too long. Hmm. Probably need this to back off of the probably need that to stop. See if I can get that to be a little bit longer. No, it's not really working either. All right, let's try this. Let's get everything. Let's get everything in here and see if that gives me the space that I'm looking for, because right now it's just overlapping and it doesn't really have any like push and pull yet. So And then I want this to have like a this needs to be an interesting sound. The placement is where it should be, but let's find something else in here. Something like that might be kind of cool. Nah, it's got a weird. Yo. Oh God. That's kind of cool, but maybe something like that. I don't know. In my mind, it's like a whoosh. Also, this still isn't quite right because I want it to be like boom, papa da boom ka. So maybe we need to do more to this to get this to pop out because I really want that. We might be able to make that work. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but there's this little like bling, 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 bling. I'm going to try to get that out. It's like in between. It's in between C and B. So it's like here. Hey, what's up, Jane? Let's try something a little different. You catch the VR stream today? Y'all really make me want Faceplant. I watched a little bit of it before I went live. What do you have? I mean, if you already have Serum, or if you have Ableton, honestly, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to tell people to buy anything these days. Is it worth it? 100%. Love Faceplant. It's ride or die for me. But at the same time, when it comes into people spending money and shit, I don't know, man. It's rough. It's rough right now. Held off Black Friday. It'll go on sale again. I have Serum too. Yeah, I'd definitely say don't buy anything then. I mean, almost everything that I can make in Faceplant, I can make with Serum. It's just not quite as easy and it's not quite as flexible, but I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I can't make in there. Yeah, there's a few things, I guess, but it's really just because of how many effects I can stack in Faceplant versus Serum 2, and while I do think that Faceplant is, in the long run, a better plugin for me, I actually think that Serum 2 sounds better. If you're happy with Serum 2 and 99 is not... Yeah, I mean, and the other thing too is like, Faceplant really does benefit from having the entire suite because that's what like unlocks it. You know what I mean? But I need to learn it better. I'm only 2 years in. Oh, dude, if you're only 2 years into production, don't buy shit. No offense. I mean that in the most respectful way. But like, learn your dog. Most of I do use Faceplant a lot, but most of the stuff that I want to make or that I wait, there's nothing that I can't make in Faceplant that I can't make in Bitwig, like with first party effects. Like nothing. I'm trying Ableton is wild. I mean, Ableton is just as good. I used Ableton for over a decade now. I don't use it anymore, but I have it. I have Live 12. Um, Operator is your best friend. Like, if you want to make your own drums, you want to make your own basses, your own plex, all that stuff, like Operator is all you need, man. The snap-ins are great. There's also free. Wait, maybe not. Did they recently change that up to where like some of their snap-ins and all that aren't free? For Mr. Bill, been trying to learn from those. Yeah, honestly, brother, like if you really want to get good at production, instead of like picking up tutorials and shit, even on YouTube and like whatever, find somebody that you really fucking like, that you really admire, and try to see if you can like barter or pay for lessons. That is the realest shit I can tell anybody. Go find a mentor, go find a community, and have someone that you can sit down with and figure stuff out. And the benefit for someone like you getting into production in this day and age is that everything has been solved. You know, when I started production, it was starting to like unfold and all that, but there wasn't any information, and everybody was very, you know, everybody was very tight-lipped about stuff. But now these days, it's like everything that you want to know exists on paper. It's just the problem is that with YouTube production, there's so much shit. Yeah, I tried Reason when I first started too. It was pretty rough. But there's so much shit that you have to sort through on YouTube, and like I'm even falling victim to that. Or contributing to the problem because my stuff has become very niche and very abstract to where it might not be what most people are looking for. But um yeah, man, I'm really annoyed with YouTube right now for a lot of reasons. Um and also I'm really annoyed with a lot of production tutorials. Alex Reed is a great person. He's in here. He's somebody that I think makes really good. That's kind of what I'm getting at, Nate, is like I'm gonna try not to have Alchemy's crash out hour right now, but there's so much bullshit that's out there, and I'm not saying that my stuff is a golden turd or anything, but um, let me show you this one EQ trick. Let me show you this. Let me show you this fucking thing that I'm going to try to funnel you into spending money on. And look, I get it. I have to make money on YouTube as well, but I'm so fucking sick of how scummy this has become, and it's put a bad name for people like me. And I'm really angry that yeah, I guess I'll fucking say it, but I'm really fucking angry that these people are being successful in that way, and I'm even more upset of like the damage that it's done to the community. Your videos are good, dude. Especially like you have a really good flow of how you edit, and even though like your stuff isn't particularly in my genre, I like that you think outside the box, and I like that you're trying shit, and I like that you care. That's the big thing, is you fucking care. Whereas a lot of tutorials that are popping out these days aren't really by people that care. They're really good they're really good YouTube producers and really fucking garbage music producers that don't give a fuck except for, you know, oh, check out, look, I look, this is a noise tutorial, and it's like sounds nothing like it, and it's just even gotten worse. Just realized it was you. some free plugins from your vids. Anyways, let me stop there. God. Yeah. Virtual Ride is also not one of those people. He's a real one, and he's somebody that really cares about the community, and he's, you know, put his due diligence in and whatever. But you've got people that have, not everybody, but you've got people that have beats attached to their name, and then it's like, I feel, how much trouble would I get in if I posted something like that on the internet where I'm like, if you have beats attached to your name and you make tutorials, you oh my God. I'm gonna piss so many people off. I would piss so many people off. And you know what? I don't want to do that because I'm thinking now that there are a few people that no, not everybody. Not everybody. There are some people that have beats attached to their name that are decent, but I don't know. I wish that there was a way that I could look up. Even as a reviewer, I feel the review tube is so lame. The reactions on checking whatever new 7.11.76 simulator comes out. I know, man. I'm really selective with the shit that I review these days. Like, I had a really nice person reach out to me about uh, there's a new filter table kind of plugin. Right. Like, what does that even fucking mean anymore? You know? Platinum records, golds, whatever. And it's like, I just, but the rap side and the hip hop community is a whole another can of worms, man. I just, that's a whole different thing. And it sucks because I love the world of hip hop and like what it used to stand for, and what it is now is heartbreaking. And also, I feel really bad for these young and impressionable kids that are like, you know, buying this shit that's like, it's 2 clicks and it's perfect. And I'm just like, dog, uh, I want to slap the shit out of you. Hey, Fraley, long time no see. Getting hip hop placements is always political more than talent, usually. Right. I mean, and that's been a thing for a while, but I I don't know. I also feel like there was this time, maybe it was like 2010 to 2017, right? And I'm not going to be that old guy and talk about the good old days, but the fucking, like, people were just making beats and putting that shit on SoundCloud, and it was so cool because I don't know, maybe it was that it all sounded new, but it just sounded so, it sounded so full of life. A&Rs want to put their producers on, right? I loved your video a while back checking some guy, I can't remember, and it's all textbook how to improve retention on YouTube more than actual teaching. Um, was it? I've only done a few different reviews or a few different reactions. Was it the person that was like, "Oh, this will make you 90% better than other produce or 99% ahead of other producers?" There was another one that was like the 4 pillars of beat making or something like that. I did review Minosaur, which I actually said really positive things about him. I think that he's another one of those real ones. I like the way that he thinks. I like the way that he breaks stuff down, and I think that he does what I aim to do, except better. So forgive me, all. I know that I'm an asshole sometimes, but when people are good, I give them credit. Like Minosaur knows his shit, and he knows how to explain things in a way that if you like sound design, Data Broth is one of the best. Yeah, I one thing with Data Broth though that I wish that he would do, which he said that he would never do, is I wish that he would talk through his tutorials because he'll show you how to do it. You know, he'll do the thing, but the context and the conversations that you have while you're making stuff is what I think is so important. You know what I mean? And if you're really about beat making and all of that, I think the best thing you can do, honestly, is to just go fucking binge John Makes Beats. I think as far as hip hop production goes, for like just straight up classical beats or like lo-fi, boom bap, whatever, I don't think that there's anyone better on the internet than him. He just, I mean, him and Schnoodle, because Schnoodle is his editor. I still get inspired by just watching someone work. Well, that's why I think that being part of a live stream is even more important than the tutorials. Which thank you all for being here, by the way. But yeah, like one trick tutorials or whatever. Like if you're trying to figure out like the philosophy of bass and shit or like drums, yeah, I get it. But when it comes into how do I actually make this shit come together? How do I actually, how do I get from point A to point B? Being in a like watching a stream is really fucking hard, which I've come to realize, and I'm trying a bunch of shit right now, guys. I'm always trying shit, but I'm really trying shit right now. I apologize if it's not working out for you, but I just think that's the most valuable thing for improving. You want studio time with people. Sorry, I'm still getting over being sick, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you want studio time with people to be able to figure out like what kinds of decisions they're making and why and what they're looking for. You know what I mean? And when you can participate in somebody's, and I don't mean as in being a cook, but when you can participate in someone's creative flow and ask them questions in the moment, it's almost like a free fucking lesson. You know what I mean? And the hard part to it though, like the downside is that, especially like today, like I'm making garbage right now, and 80% of my production sounds like this. You know what I mean? But that's the harsh reality of it. And it doesn't really bode well to building an audience for it unless if you're doing really fun shit. I definitely need to get in the studio more with other producers. If you can, yeah. I live out in the woods and have other friends who makes house to produce with sometimes. But I mean Discord is a great place too. You know what I mean? Like, hold up. Let me take a look at this right now. Let me see who's live. Okay, someone in Cybernero, which is Belane's thing, is always live. And even though these guys aren't streaming, somebody almost always is in here going live. And I've left a lot of communities, not because I don't like them, but because I'm tired of getting the notifications and shit. But um, shit like this, where people are just hanging out and doing stuff. Did I hear Cook? Hey, Chef Lamb. My Ableton won't even stream to Discord. Are you on Mac? But you can still watch other people, right? Or I mean, you could watch other people live. Hold up. Um, Sorry, I was using Chat GPT to come up with my new preset pack that I'm working on. Here's a little sneak peek. PC ACO driver, Scarlett 2. It should work. You just need to get the thing that gives you the sound coming out of it. Okay. Um, let's look at music right now. Um, and this is the problem with Twitch is like this is all fucked up. It's like, oh, constant streams. All right, so here's someone. I don't know what they're doing. Here's someone. Just got the VC. VB cable, but I don't understand it. I could never get that to work, to be honest. That's that driver thing, right? That splits your audio. Music production challenge. So breaking music, I'm live, Christian French music. Like I don't know what these people are making. So, there is that, but there's always somebody that's I just look for pictures of the DAW, to be honest. But go chop it up with people in here because I'm sure that you'll find somebody, that is making stuff that you really like. Finally, Alchemy morphed into a reaction YouTuber watching someone else streaming. Yo, I haven't opened one of these yet. Do you have a video about your Octatrack plus Bitwig workflow? That's a good question. Yes and no. What I do have is I have this video, which is why I bought hardware. I'm gonna give you the footnotes to it. I also do have a video of how to set it up. Paper Trail's release date, it's gonna be probably tomorrow or Thursday. See, and this is the this is the fucking problem with YouTube. It's like man. YouTube is fucking me up so much right now. It doesn't even pop up, dude. Why? Sorry, give me 1 second. It does show you whenever you're live or whenever I'm live. There we go. Yo, don't ever say that again. We don't do that like I don't play that racist shit. That's your final warning. It is, man. It's one of those things that it just YouTube is not doing me any favors right now for getting out there. I mean, even now, 430 views, 638 views. It's like this is abysmal. Which is actually why I'm not going to be making videos anymore. I'm probably just going to be live streaming if at all, if anything. Wait, I do also have Electron, Bitwig, Alchemy. I do have this video as well. Here we go. This is how I actually have it all set up to get sound into the Octatrack. Yeah, it's a bit complicated. You could just use a router or whatever. But there's that. Yeah, you can just use an interface to get sound to come in and out. So you can have stuff coming in if you have like a 4-in or whatever. But if you also have an analog heat or you have something that has USB over audio, then there's that. But generally speaking, the footnote side of it is that I don't actually like compose or like try to force hardware and Bitwig to work together. I sketch in one. What's that pad called? You were playing the notes in the Squares Requiem 3 showcase demo. I think they messed with their algorithm a month ago. They messed with their algorithm like a year ago and it just started fucking up. Like almost everyone I know in the music space, like their algorithm has completely tanked. Look at all of the big heads, like Look at Andrew Huang. Look at Venus Theory. Look at wait, how's your channel doing, Alex? Um, even Weaver Beats. Like all the people that were getting like tons and tons of stuff. Pad hardware with all the squares. Oh, you're talking about the Oxy one, or maybe you're talking about. You're either talking about the Oxy one or the Hapax. A lot of the hardware guys don't have stuff connected all the time. Ever since a year ago, I have better luck using a search engine to find YouTube videos. I know, and I don't know. I know that, but I don't know why. It's HAPAX. Ow, fuck. What's weird is that the difference between subscribers and view count is abysmal. Um, I know not every subscriber will watch all videos, but man, ratio almost 30 seems a lot. How do you be making money? Yeah, I use it a lot. Sorry, it was just I read funny. Um, I'm going. Give me 1 second, Alex. Let me answer this other question, and then. So the truth is, everyone, lately I have not been making hardly any money. Most of my income is through sample and preset packs, to which nobody's been buying as of late. And so that's why I'm low-key having a panic attack, because my job is in jeopardy. And that's nobody's fault. I want to let you all know that it's nobody's fault that I'm like not making any sales or whatever. But at the same time, if I don't figure out how to adapt, I'm going to be out of a job. But for the most part, that's where I get the majority of my income. I do have YouTube ads, I do have memberships, whatever, but the things that drive the sales or that give me a sensible amount of income is through my website. That being said, the YouTube funds or the YouTube funnels people to the sales. You know what I mean? And so if I'm not getting any views and I'm not getting any traction, or the market has shifted to which people don't care about the stuff that I'm making anymore, then that's also an issue as well. You get what I mean? And so I'm kind of, based off of the last 2 years, what worries me the most is I feel like my genre has died. I feel like sample pack selling has died. I feel like preset pack selling has died. And I think that I'm being swallowed by the slop that's being put out. I mean, it's going to be all right. I'm going to figure it out, but you know what I'm saying? When I looked at your site, the previews for packs were, I think it'd be better to make short video tracks showing the presets and samples. Well, to be honest with you, I've done both. I've done stuff that, like, I do YouTube shorts. Part of that, but also, like, every fucking YouTuber has a sample pack, like, you got this kid with 100 subscribers, right? But he's got 10,000 views on a video, and then he opens up a shop and starts a sample pack store. And, more to them, because it's a free market, but it's hard because you can't judge art. You know what I mean? But I do feel like everyone and their mom is making samples these days. And you know what? I don't know. Maybe I started making samples and presets and stuff too early, but I do feel like I innovated, at least at one time in the space with the stuff that I made for FaZe Clan. I do also think that I blew the lid off with making accessible bases and shit of just whatever kinds of customization you can have. Presets and samples feel more like a side hustle than a main income, at least for me. Well, it is now, like it has to be, right? But that's what I'm saying is like my main income is now not my main income. Like YouTube was a sustainable job at one point, but now it's not. And so I'm like, all right, fuck. What am I gonna do? Um, in general, though, what I actually have merch, but nobody buys it. I started YouTube later. That's why I still have my day job, for better or for worse. Well, I've been on the platform for I lose money going to work, right? Like shit. I've been employed by YouTube for coming up on 8 years, right? And I've seen its ups and downs or whatever, but I feel like at this point, I don't know. You know what's interesting is like, let me ask you all this question, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but why are you here in my stream in particular? Like, are you here to kick it? Are you here to learn? Are you here to just have something on in the background? Like that's the kind of angle that I'm taking here. And while you're asking that question, I know that's the fucking problem is that YouTube has so much fucking shit on it that it doesn't show that I have merch. But it's there. I promise you. Unless if you're in another country, that would be one thing.
Meet Max out.
Yeah. Like it's not even showing this anymore. You're close to my genre, but not like right on it exactly. I meant on your site. No, my merch is directly on YouTube. It's a print on demand. You're not even in my genre, but I love all kinds of music and get inspo from everything. I try to be like that as well. Actually, a really good um here, let me link you all to some really good music that I've listened to lately. Sound design, riff band, this thing. Oh my gosh, you guys. How did you make the artwork for your packs and YouTube banner? That's a good question. Half of it is AI, half of it was somebody made my logo. So if you on my channel, go check out that. Listen to that playlist when you get the time. It's fucking magical. This is AI. This is my logo, but I use ChatGPT to make it look all runic and stuff. Um, yeah, the combo of all those things that you mentioned is why I'm here. Brave admitting to AI use? Is it? I mean, I know what I am, and I also know what I'm not. Your percussion work and rubato are chef's kiss. I really want to learn more psychedelic stuff. I mean, that's just in the world of like delays and shit. You know what I mean? And also like binaural or like playing with panning and like ASMR. Like I think if you really want to get better at quote unquote psychedelic shit, you need to get better at two things. One is learning about musical suggestions or suggestiveness in musicality of creating phrases and shit. And two is really playing with space, because that's what tricks the brain, and that's how you get, like, that's why they call it ASMR. Is it's not the act of what those people are doing, it's the tingling in your ear that it gives you whenever you hear something or whatever. You know what I mean? That's when you really start to be like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" Dude, so tired of being sick. It's been over a week. But no, I mean, I'm not a visual artist. You know what I mean? And so there's that. Named Norbach, he plays a lot with panning in his techno tracks. I don't even really know if there's a lot of pollen out here in Vegas. I'm in the middle of the desert, but it is dusty. But it's always dusty. All right, let me back up for a second. So, most people, from all the things that I described, are not here for those things, with what the question was that I was asking about. And I think that if I don't find a way to swing into entertainment or find a way to make my shit way more exciting, then yeah, like I don't think that I think that most of my audience has moved on, which goes back to what Alex was saying, is that I have 30,000 subscribers or close to it, but most of them have moved on. And so when I make new videos and it shows it to those subscribers and they don't click on it, it dies in the algorithm, which is part of the reason why I've been considering starting a new channel. But then I'd be running into the same problem. So, you know what I mean? I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I definitely am going to keep making some kind of stuff for people that want to learn, because I'm still trying to improve. And if I'm still trying to improve, I know that other people, a small amount of people, are still going to be trying to improve. But I need to come up with a new system, and I need to come up with a new thing that is going to, you know, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but meet the trends of like where people are at with music production. And I think ultimately that's the thing, is like I've fallen out of touch with where most people are. I'm really in touch with the neurohop, the halftime, a lot of the drum and bass community, because I talk to all the big people and I'm very lucky to be able to do that. But from a standpoint of where the public is, you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody wants to fucking learn anymore, and nobody really cares about the Grimtech said it best, but I don't know what the trend is. Garage people making hella house music now too. I mean, I like all that stuff. That's totally fine, but you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. You guys see me make techno on my hardware every other day now, and it's just like 4/4 music just doesn't. It's fun to fuck around, but it's not really fun to be like, yo, this is this is serious. Some of the hip hop beats are crazy right now. Botanica is getting mainstream in some context. What is Botanica? Is that a new genre? I've never heard of that. The underground hip hop cipher is so fire. Yeah, but those guys like aren't on YouTube and stuff. Give me just 1 second. Jesus, man, I can't even fucking breathe. Holy shit. Boom bap is probably my favorite for more simple beats. It has like for 3 or 4 years. It's not new, but it was kind of niche. Botanical was cool. I'll look it up whenever I leave. I gotta go in like 10 minutes. But I don't know. I don't have the answers to this kind of stuff. I do know that I am done with teaching for the most part. Like, don't get me wrong. I love when I'm doing stuff and people ask questions here. Oh, okay. Say no more. Yeah. Are you in Frequent's Discord? Like, you could just hit Alexander up. He's a really nice guy. He doesn't, like, we're not friends, but we know each other. Yeah, there's this thing that Frequent used to do called Everydays. which is where it came from. Incidental writing is where you should start, and I have stuff on it. But when you look into it, I'll actually give you a quick breakdown. So,
Soul Steel!
yo, thank you, I appreciate that. For incidental writing, what these guys would do is they would take shit like this. I love that it just ended on a kick. Oh my god. So they would do stuff like this. There we go. They'd find stuff in key, and what they would do is pretty much just splice different phrases together. And this is something that actually Hudson Lee taught me in the very few lessons that we did, but this is what these guys would do, is they would just try to get all these like sound design jams and stuff and just... And they would try to splice or collage different types of harmonies and sounds and like quote unquote mud pies or whatever. And that would be how they would come up with stuff. And I took this idea and I started to do a little bit of different stuff with it. Like if you listen to my Tales from the Coffin, let me see. Tales from the Coffin. Oh my god, what are the names of these tracks? Yeah, so Robot Dies in a Forest is one of them. This doesn't have a tempo. Man, I try to think about it. I think I overthink a lot of this shit. But this doesn't have a tempo, it doesn't have a timing, it has its natural time. But the phrases and stuff with this are just suggestive. And even though this is a lot slower than the ADHD ambient, it's still the same, in the same realm, and I still learn from the same people that do this shit. This is a less ambient version of it, but if you listen to the phrasing of this... It's in the same spirit. There's not really any timing to it, but it's when it just feels right. Yeah, basically. But it's also something like... Pretty much. This is like really making the most out of like mud pies. Yeah, this is a cool track. Anyway, what you do is you create like a random tempo, whatever. You build a phrase with, random sound. And instead of me subjecting this to a bar or whatever, like let's say I have just like a kick snare pattern, right? You take something like this, you put it wherever the fuck you want it to, in whatever timing you want. Let's say this, with some other sounds. And instead of repeating it on every bar like this, you let time elapse, but you keep the timing of this phrase somewhere else down the line. And you fill it in with other shit like this. And when it feels right, you repeat it, because you still have to have a call and response with all the stuff that you're making. But you build your phrase in whatever timing you want. That's just like, instead of it being a pattern, you're building sentences that don't fit within a certain time signature. And once you do that, and you start to have the ambient sounds or whatever, or the glitches or like the crazy transitions and all that shit in between, then you're going to end up with a larger pattern. And then you extend that pattern and so forth. And that's how you create whatever it was that I made, what was that, 5 years ago now? And so the doors are really open with that. The thing that's different between what I made and stuff like Alexander Panos is that Panos tends to really sit within harmony and within his voice and within Step Team hip hop beats, honestly. No, because Step Team, like, Step Team and all, and like Cheer and all that shit is still within those time signatures. They just switch faster. But if I go boom to buka, boom to buka, boom to buka, like it changes how I'm saying something, right? It changes, like it's how many different ways can you say the same sentence? It's a specific new Zoomer genre. I don't know if you know. Oh, maybe not. I thought when you were saying Step Team, you were thinking of like people that do like the stomps and claps and, come in like a drill line and all that other shit. Because that's what it used to mean whenever I was in school. But no, the term for it is incidental writing. The best way that I can describe it is go watch Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry, or like old cartoons to where they are literally narrating every movement and motion that's happening. Wait, hold up. You want to learn about how to make this shit? I got you. I can't remember his name, but it is, but it's more nuanced than that. Felix Colgrave. Felix Colgrave is the epitome of this shit. And he makes the dopest fucking, like just, yeah, fucking Felix. We're just gonna watch like 10 seconds of this shit, but look at how fucking crazy this is.
Find your perfect tax expert.
And then I have to go.
Whatever your tax situation might be. Hand off your taxes to an expert who gets you with TurboTax Expert Full Service.
I had lived my life the only way that I had
I've lived my life the only way to shut up. Alright, look at this. Hell yeah, taxes. I'm so fucked. This stuff is so genius. Anyway, I'll leave a link to it. But this is the realm that you want to be in, because this stuff is so prolific to me. And even though this isn't really the direction that I want to go with my music, like this stuff is incredible. And it really gets you thinking with the quote unquote incidental writing and all of that, because you are describing shit with sound as opposed to making just music, but in the end, in turn, something musical comes out of it. And whenever you're trying to make shit like that, you are more so focused on a feeling and like trying to maintain a sense of organic expression. But remember, like, language, whenever I speak, doesn't have the same rhythm. Even with that sentence that I just said, right? It was like boop boop do do do, pause pause pause, do 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 do. And so when you start thinking about speaking through sound as opposed to just words, and you don't confine it to a tempo or a BPM, but rather, you're narrating or you're giving a monologue with musical sounds beyond a voice, that's where this genre really starts to wake up for people, I believe. And that's why I think that it's so profound, is because it's still communication. It still presents emotion, but it's not conformed to a repetition or a bar measure, or, you know what I mean? The patterns are a lot more free. So let that be food for thought. I do have to go. I'm sorry I didn't make anything interesting today, but we did have an interesting conversation. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the channel, and I probably need to figure it out fast, but I appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with me. And I hope to see you all on Wednesday. I got a dip, but much love. Please like the video. Thank you to whoever bought something on the shop. Check out alchemy.com if you want to support the channel. And I'll see you all later. Have a great rest of your evening.